Hey everybody, it's Greg with Medical Muscle. So I'm on my 24-hour quarantine in Grenada, and what better way to utilize your time in quarantine than to get a little workout in? So I have my band, I'm doing a little shoulder dislocation. You could use a pole or even a belt for this workout, but yeah, luckily I brought my band and getting to utilize it. So I like this exercise. Definitely opens up the chest, especially after flying for 10 hours. All right, for this next exercise, I'm trying to, again, mobilize the thoracic spine by working a little bit of lateral flexion. These are really good. I'm also working a little bit of hip stability and a little bit of balance too. It's kind of a all-in-one movement. Warms up the obliques, stretches out the lats a little bit. It's a really cool exercise. I do suggest it. So yeah, just another easy warm-up just to get ready to kick some butt. So with this next exercise, it's very similar to the previous one. You're working hip stability with the balance. You're working a little bit of balance too. Working the thoracic spine, but what's different is we're working on rotation. It's a nice way to, again, mobilize the spine after sitting for so long. And again, opens up the shoulders, opens up the chest. It's a nice activator of all these upper back muscles that get a little, a little sedentary. All right, so using my band again, we're trying something a little different. We're going to do a compound move with overhead squat. Nice exercise, works on thoracic extension. Have you noticed I like the thoracic stuff? And of course, legs and core. Your abs have to be quite engaged with this because you're trying to keep your spine erect when it really wants to drop down. Nice way to elongate the lats that maybe be a little tight because you've been keeping your arms tight to your side if you're flying. So yeah, I really like this exercise. Get your heart rate up a little bit. Yeah, again, another nice way to warm up, but with a little bit of intensity. So I decided to make it a little more interesting and do one more set of these overhead squats, but this time with a couple seconds pause at the bottom. Doesn't look that much harder. I'm going to tell you it's many times harder with just a couple more seconds. Really gets the heart rate up. Your quads start lighting up on fire. Your upper back starts lighting up on fire because those muscles have to work like crazy to keep your spine erect. So give them a try. They're a lot of fun. Taking a little break between sets to get to show you my nice little view of the kind of jungle surrounding my apartment. I kind of see the ocean from the back. It's pretty cool. So next, I'm gonna actually use the bars that are on the window. I noticed that they were bolted or cemented into the wall. So you could actually use them to work out. Thought that was kind of cool. So for the goal of this exercise, I'm trying to work my lats. What's nice with this, anytime you do a single arm anything, you're going to be working your obliques because they have to fire to keep your hips square if you're actively trying to keep your body square to whatever you're pointing at. I sometimes put my hand on my chest to make sure that my shoulders are square. I'm not like rotating my body, and it's that anti-rotation that really works the core. Now, I'm just demoing one side. Obviously, you would do the other side too. Driving the elbow down, working the lats. So on my second set, I stood back a little bit farther, more tension on the band. I'm putting my hand on my obliques so that I'm cueing my torso, hey, don't rotate. I'm trying to do that anti-rotation again, working my core at the same time that I'm working my lats. I'm really trying to pull my shoulder back, squeeze for 1 second, actively engage the rhomboids, the trapezius muscles, all the upper back muscles. And again, obviously, you're going to do both sides, but just for time of this video, I'm just going to demo the one side. So I thought I'd try something new. The bed was a perfect distance from where I was standing. You could obviously do this kneeling or squatting down, But the bed was a perfect position where I could sit down and work kind of a pull down angle. So if like you were doing like a cable pull down or something to do the lats. But you could also, again, you can work the lats from this angle. Same move, feels the same, just a one arm pull down. A lot of fun, full of fun. Doesn't really work the core. You don't have a lot of tension on the obliques. But really cool exercise. Nice way to hit the teres a little bit too. And I do like to work one side at a time. You get to see if there's any strength differences. Okay, so kind of worked a little bit of the upper body. Now it's time to kind of focus in on the core. So this exercise, it's a side plank, elevated side plank. I find them a lot harder than keeping my feet on the ground. You're working your obliques probably more intensely than your shoulder. Like sometimes side planks work your shoulder quite a bit more than the obliques. From this angle, my obliques are on fire. And it's definitely shoulders too. And I like the added rotation because you get a little bit of movement, makes it a little bit more unstable, and your obliques have to work a lot harder. So with this next exercise, it's an excellent one for the deltoids. I can't really do a lot of overhead presses because I have a little shoulder injury from bodybuilding and powerlifting. For some reason, these knee handstand push-ups, whatever you want to call them, really work the deltoids and even a little bit of like the scapular muscles, like some of the upper back muscles. Really cool movement. I do a little double pulse at the bottom just to make the workout a little bit harder because, you know, why not? So using the same bars, man, those bars are useful. Working some triceps, behind the neck tricep presses. One of my favorite, especially with a band. I think it's actually superior to use a band because at the bottom of the move, that's when your shoulders and elbows are at the weakest position. And it's nice because the tension on the band's pretty light, and the band tension doesn't start getting crazy until you're at the the end point where you really want all the tension on the triceps. You don't really want it at the bottom. So I actually suggest doing these over dumbbells. That's just me. I think they're awesome. So for the last upper body exercise, finishing off with biceps, I like these band exercises again for the same reason that the tension is not really that great at the bottom of the move, where you're actually the weakest. All that tension is right at the top, right where you want it. So again, I suggest bands over doing dumbbells. It's just fantastic. And I like to do a little double pulse when doing these exercises. Just get a little bit more tension, just a little bit more contraction, brain, body, just a little 1-2 kind of thing. All right, everybody's favorite, the reverse crunch. So these are easy. You can do these anywhere. I grab a bed or a sofa or whatever you can kind of support your weight with. Yeah, these are good. These are really good. They work the lower abs, the upper abs. If you really focus on like crunching with your lower abs, you can get a lot more out of this. Yeah, these are good, and they work your triceps a little bit. Just an all-around cool exercise. Okay, the last exercise, the plank, everybody's favorite. So I really enjoyed making this workout for you guys. I thought it was a lot of fun. I hope you guys make it through quarantine, and then we can start kicking butt in school. All right.